Innovation re-engages employees. Innovation revitalizes and reanimates corporate cultures. It instills pride. Ultimately, innovation gives companies a decisive point of difference that's compelling and disruptive enough to attract, retain, and delight customers. So if innovation is such a surefire way to succeed, why are you sitting on the sidelines? Exactly what's stopping you from innovating? How can you put the power of innovation to work for your business? Ken Tencer has the answers. Across North America, in Europe, and in Brazil, Ken Tencer is unlocking the secret of innovation for business owners, decision makers, and entrepreneurs. Best-selling author of The 90% Rule and Cause a Disturbance, Ken's keynote addresses, seminars, and events are making innovation more accessible and more achievable. Instead of procrastinating, instead of doing the same things over and over again, instead of pretending that innovation is no big deal, Ken Tencer can put you in the innovation vanguard so you can take control of your company's destiny.
Continuously delight your customers and they will continuously delight your bottom line. Now, how obvious is that? But I'm sitting in a convention about a year ago in France and somebody gets up and talks about the research they've done. And in it they say that 92% of the companies that they've surveyed thought they were totally satisfying their customers. 92% of companies surveyed thought they were totally satisfying their customers. Well, fewer than 10% of their customers agreed. The process that we have it comes in 6 steps. And it starts with the notion of engaging emotion first, not numbers. Step 2 is about changing customers' lives. And a lot of people say to me, Ken, I know that we can benefit our customers in some way, but I don't believe that we can change their lives. And I always look back and I say, do you remember the California Raisins? Remember they came dancing across our TV screen about 20 years ago, and they convinced a whole generation of kids that raisins, these shriveled up old grapes, were nature's candy, that they were sweet, they were a treat. And I just say to people, you know what, if these shriveled up old grapes can change a whole generation of children, surely we can find greatness within our own organizations. Step 3 is what we call connecting the dots, and that's between our company and the customers, and making sure that what we're saying is unique or different from what our competitors are saying. What this does and what this is saying is that you have to go out and you have to meet with your customers and say to them, what is on your mind? What is keeping you up at night? What do you think is going to be the biggest hurdle in your business 6, 12, or 18 months down the line? Because if you can figure that out, if you can listen to your customers' biggest hurdles, that gives you an idea today of what it is you should be bringing to market. From there, we get to step 4, which is identifying and ranking opportunities. And I got to point out that this whole process is about ideation and innovation. And it's not until step 4 of 6 that we actually look at identifying and ranking them. And for me, that's because by this stage in the game, we have what I feel is to be incredibly important is context. It's context. We understand ourselves. We understand the story we want to tell. We understand what customers want to hear from us. So now we can come up with ideas that are contextual, that are relevant to the customers and the markets, and are relevant to what we can do and provide as companies. Step 5, build the plan. It's amazing how we get so excited about our ideas in these innovation or ideation sessions. We think that they're going to do what? They're just going to walk themselves to market. They're that powerful. It doesn't happen. The reality is that innovation has more of the unknown rather than less. That's the nature of it. We're trying something new, improved, better, different. The other problem that we have is that we're human beings and we don't communicate well. I find that one of the hurdles in almost every business in every part of the world is a lack of communication between teams. So when we have these ideas, we need to communicate to people who are not just on our team, but are on adjacent teams, work in different divisions, our stakeholders, our salespeople, our distributors. Think of it as a boomerang. If you have an idea and you want to bring that to market and you engage people along the way, that boomerang comes back to you.
Here's what business leaders have to say about Ken Tencer and innovation.
So one of the good takeaway is the 10% concept. Often clients of mine think of innovation as a huge frog leap into a new technology, a game-changing application, or something that's often totally out of reach for them, failing to realize that the most brilliant ideas are often 10% ideas where the focus is on making a product or a service slightly better, slightly cheaper, slightly stronger or faster. And that way you get an edge in the market and implement some simple ideas that could get you on the innovation track much faster than you think.
Today we've talked a lot about innovation through product or marketing or even process, and I think one thing that I hadn't really taken a hard look at was the processes we could improve just to save ourselves time and maybe just give ourselves more time to think about innovation and also to have a better work-life balance. Yeah, I'd love to go back to our team and just carve out some time for everybody to contribute ideas and brainstorm how to help solve each other's problems, which might bring some new energy and ideas to the table.
The takeaways for today are that innovation, change, disturbance are for all parts of an organization and for every type of enterprise. I think it's very important that organizations embrace ideas from the bottom up and that all employees are given an environment and an opportunity to bring ideas and good thoughts to the table that can be implemented within an organization.
And so I end where I began, that with I think the only thing that I'm really sure of in business, and that is that if you continuously delight your customers, they will continuously delight your bottom line. And thank you.
For corporate executives, team leaders, entrepreneurs, and intrapreneurs, Ken Tencer's Disturbance series is a must-attend step on the road to innovative success. As a successful business owner, he has been there. His insights are practical, and they're proven in the real world.